I'm Gene Carr. I'm a cellist and a tech entrepreneur, and I've started stage and screen careers to help artists and musicians build a successful hybrid career where they combine their art with a high-paying and flexible job in the tech industry. Now, to give you some context, I'd like to introduce you to three artists who are living this exact lifestyle. The first, I'd like you to meet Jude Scheimer. They will tell us how they found learning about technology coming from a music background.
But I found that learning technology was very similar and reminded me a lot of learning really hard pieces when I was growing up and I was taking piano lessons. I would reach this point of, I would be supposed to learn a piece and it would feel beyond my skills and abilities. And it might even feel a little bit annoying of like, I have to do this thing. This is going to be really hard. I don't know if I'm going to be good at it. But my piano teacher, Paula Rudzinski from Columbus, Ohio, was really, really good at it at encouraging grit and helped me to understand that if you are interested in something and you want to do it, the formula is work on it and slowly, steadily, deliberately, hone in on the areas that you're not quite good at yet. And if, it's not actually complicated, and that as long as the interest is there, and as long as there's a certain level of discipline and belief and understanding of, if I just apply myself to a certain extent, I will get better at it. I will be able to do it. It's not magical. It doesn't require a tremendous amount of talent or pre-existing skill. It's just applying it. And exactly the same thing works in technology, that I can go into something feeling like this is completely mystical. I have no idea how this works. And as long as I just take it step by step, and use available resources, consult somebody who's an expert, that I will get it. I'll get it and I'll be able to do it.
Next, I'd like you to meet Marie Webb, who will tell you how she's combined her operatic career with work in the tech field.
So what I do now is work for myself in three businesses. Business one is Marie Masters Webb Operatic Soprano. Business number two is a consulting firm started by my nonprofit mentor. I'm her vice president, and we do many large fundraising events around the country. And I use my background in fundraising and event planning there, but it's also a boon that I can bring to any client we work with, my expertise in using their database system, whatever it may be. And then I do projects on my own that are mostly technology based. That ranges from a small nonprofit that comes to me and says, we've never had one of these databases, whatever that means. Like, we need to get everything out of this physical filing cabinet and have a database. Can you help us choose one and get started with it? It also ranges to helping a large national nonprofit with a very specific Salesforce related challenge. And so that was an almost year-long project for me.
Finally, we focus our program on the Salesforce platform. Now, that's not a technology company you may have heard of, but it's a leading Silicon Valley company, and over 40,000 nonprofits and similar organizations use Salesforce to operate their organizations in the background. I'm going to let Inori Sakai, a violinist who's been working with us for a few months, explain further.
Just a quick background on what the Salesforce platform actually is, because when I started out, I didn't know what tech entailed or what Salesforce was, because I hadn't heard of it. So companies use the Salesforce platform to sort of store, manage, and analyze their data, whether that be like customers or donations for a nonprofit, programs, campaigns, et cetera, et cetera. So a Salesforce admin is someone who's well versed in what the platform has to offer. And so the job is to help the company or a client or whoever to customize their organization's Salesforce org to best serve their business needs and goals. And this is all without code, which is the first thing that I thought when I heard tech. I was like, well, that's going to be code, and that's just like a totally foreign thing to me. But so this is a very accessible, I think, career path. And what the work often ends up looking like is that a company will approach you and say like, hey, we want to do XYZ. And so you as the admin use your knowledge of the platform and functionality and advise on how best to achieve that goal, and you eventually implement it. So that could look like automating a work process, managing data and security. You can create or manage reports for analysis, and then beyond that you just teach the people who are using the platform, because some people are newer to the platform, and so you help them to use what you build, basically.
I'd like to end by having Nuri tell you a little bit about how she found the training process itself.
And so it was kind of a panicked sense of like, am I qualified for anything? But what helped me a lot was being reassured that it's really not all from scratch. Like, as we said, these characteristics we've been basically training with these skills for who knows how long, depending. But when I was still unsure about the first step with jumping on this stage and screen careers thing, it was actually Rachel Hands who told me about how valuable the many, innate skills we have as musicians are in the tech world. And I saw actual proof of this when I got more experience with the work. And so that's just speaking for those who might not be able to pursue music performance as a career, like a main career. I'd say for those who are lucky enough to do so, this is still a fantastic job to train towards, and I think it offers, you probably mentioned, but it offers flexibility, and you can work from home. And so I think it's a very achievable and pretty ideal hybrid career option, if that's...
Well, that's it. I hope you found this interesting. And if you have, please take a look at our website, and we look forward to hearing from you. We're going to be starting another 12-week session soon, and I hope that you'll apply. Thanks so much.